Just like that, the calendar has flipped to July, and you know what that means. We're quickly approaching already the midway point of the 2024 NECBL season, where the games become all the more important. The Newport Gulls had an unexpected off day yesterday after their trip to Valley was rained out. That will be made up as part of a doubleheader next week. So a little bit of freshness coming into today after yesterday was off for Newport, as they have another home game welcoming the Upper Valley Nighthawks for a non-divisional matchup. Welcome into Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island. I'm Sam Reese. It's the Gulls and the Nighthawks for the second and final time this regular season anyways. And we've got plenty of great interviews coming your way on the pregame show, so make sure you stick around.
I won!
That's a good play!
Since 1974, the Rhode Island Lottery has paid over $57 billion in prizes and contributed over $8 billion to Rhode Island's general fund. Your Rhode Island Lottery, a good play for 50 years and counting.
Welcome back inside the Newport Gulls pregame show. My name is Brendan Locke, standing alongside Andrew Filippelli. Andrew, just explain to the folks exactly what you do for the Gulls.
Yeah, so I'm the Assistant Director of Baseball Operations, reporting directly to Director of Baseball Operations Mike Falcone, kind of doing a little bit of everything between getting scouting reports ready for the coaching staff, helping set up at the ballpark, and ultimately just doing anything I can to kind of help the team be in a good spot for home or away games.
Just a do everything guy?
A little bit of both, a little bit of each. Trying to help the guys in any way possible.
Where are you in school and what year are you?
I'm going to be a senior at Franklin Marshall College, play baseball there, Division III level.
Okay, so you clearly, you could get in there and take some hacks?
I don't know about that. I've played against a few guys in this league, so I got a roommate in this league as well, so it's pretty fun watching these guys play, but yeah.
Favorite thing about the Newport Gulls?
Probably just the town. My family has a home here, so it's pretty fun living here for the summer, and never really been extensive period of time in Newport before, so it's pretty awesome.
There you go. That's Andrew Filippelli. My name is Brendan Locke. The Newport Gulls pregame show rolls on in just a moment.
A warm welcome back into the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Sam Reese, now joined by pitcher Mason Olsch. And Mason, for you personally, you patiently waited to finally take the field and make your debut last week, I should say, against Danbury. You've now made a couple of appearances. So for you on a personal level, how have you felt out there first couple appearances for Newport?
Yeah, obviously I've been dealing with a little bit of an injury here, but getting back out there with the team, it feels great. Starting to feel a little bit better. Just going to take one inning at a time. Right,
that's great to hear. And for you as well, you have plenty of experience in this league, spending the last couple of summers in Bristol with the Blues. So how much does that experience just in the NECBL help you in terms of your experience and kind of telling the other guys on the team what it's like in this league, even though it's your first year in Newport?
Yeah, so, obviously the experience is there for me, so I just try and take that out in the field and rely on my defense to kind of make the plays for me, and it's a little less nerve-wracking going out there for my third summer, so it's very good.
Right, and now in Newport for the first time after being in Bristol the last couple of years, how has it been settling in here with the Gulls, playing at Cardines, 3 times a week, and being around this group of guys? How has it been settling in here?
This first month here has been pretty awesome. Host family's great, players are awesome. Playing in front of these fans is great, even though I haven't got my debut here yet, but it's going to be very exciting when I do.
Yeah, how excited are you to finally come out here in a Gulls uniform, pitching in front of the crowd here at Cardines?
I'm looking forward to it a lot, actually.
All right, thanks so much for the time, Mason. That's Mason Olsch of Quinnipiac. We'll be back in a moment as the Gulls pregame show continues after a quick break. Stick around.
Welcome back inside the Newport Gulls pregame show. My name is Brendan Locke, standing alongside Ryan McNeil. Ryan, what do you do for the Gulls?
I'm a part of the media operations team here, help out with camera work, stuff in the control room, pretty much everything Mr. Basile and Mr. Lima asked me to do. I'm there with bated breath.
Massive shout out to Mr. Basile and Mr. Lima. Always appreciate their work. Where do you go to school and what year are you?
I am a recent graduate from Sacred Heart University, class of 2024, sports comm major, media arts major as well, so it leads to places like this. I currently also work for the Worcester Red Sox, so a major like that, a school like that, good sports comm program, it leads to cool places like this and interesting jobs.
What do you do for the Woo Sox?
Mostly camera work, which is a lot of fun. You do stuff for the in-park screens and go into broadcast, which is a lot of fun. doing each side of it all and getting cool shots back from break. You got to be very artistic with a lot of things, and it's just fun to go to work at a ballpark every day.
Cardines or Polar Park?
Ooh, what a question. You know, Cardines just has the history. It's got the charm. It's got the smell of baseball with the wood. I got to go with Cardines Field all the way.
That's Ryan McNeil. My name is Brendan Locke. The Newport Gulls pregame show rolls on.
And welcome back into the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Sam Reese, pleased to be joined by pitching coach of the Gulls, Kevin Long. Coach, I got to first start off. How are you doing personally? I know you missed some time. I think you were more sick than I was somehow. So you're looking great. You're back here with the team. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I had a real bad upper respiratory infection. I was out for 8 games, and you know, I'm starting to feel really good now. I'm glad I'm back. I'm excited, and I feel rejuvenated.
That's lovely to hear. You're rejuvenated. An unexpected off day yesterday as well with the postponement due to rain of that trip to Valley, which will be made up as a doubleheader next week. So I want to go back. I know you just returned to the team, but on Friday night in that epic comeback win against Bristol, obviously things didn't start out in an ideal manner, but the bullpen combined went 7 2/3 innings and really put in a good performance. So I know Saturday wasn't quite the same story, but how do you think the bullpen as a whole can build off of Friday's performance, which really allowed the Gulls to come back in that game?
Absolutely. You know, we were down, I believe it was 8-0 at one point.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to really shake Blake's hand for coming in and taking the start like that, because we lost Tier. Right. So he came in, he did the best he could with a tough situation, and then everybody behind him, they re-grabbed the momentum, and they held the opposition at bay for us to come back a little bit at a time. Then we had that big inning, and then Caden came in there and shut the door, and it settled things. And when you come back, you know, from a deficit like that, it's a real builder. It's a real builder.
Right, and you mentioned quickly, you know, how Jackson Tier is now gone, unfortunately, after he was, you know, one of the key starters in the rotation, and then Adam Marr dealing with tendonitis. He'll be out for a while, and from my understanding, you said Cade Conley is now out the door. So talk about, from your perspective as the pitching coach and just the pitching staff as a whole, what it takes to kind of overcome some of that adversity, because the starting rotation, in my opinion, has been one of the strong suits of this team through the month of June.
No doubt. You know, but, you know, when a door closes, a window opens. And opportunity changes anything in this business. And guys that have not got a lot of innings are going to get their opportunity. And I'm sure they're going to step up and do what Gulls do. They're going to go in there and help the team.
Absolutely. And last question for you, Coach. The calendar has now flipped to July, so we're towards that midway mark of the season already, where, you know, the games get more important, and then with makeups thrown in there, I did some calculations. Starting next Monday, it'll be 15 games in 13 days, which can obviously be grueling on the pitching staff. So how much are you not trying to look too far into the future, but also realizing that it's a pretty loaded stretch of the schedule coming up in that middle portion of the regular season?
Well, you know, generally you have to plan, but you have to live in the moment. And, you know, we have a rotation set. They're going to get better, and our bullpen's going to start to do a better job. And before you know it, it's going to be July 29th.
Right.
Okay, and at that point, you know, the chips are where they fell. So we're looking to just concentrate on one game at a time and prepare a little bit for the future. But I'm excited about today. We got Coleman going today. He's pitched really well for us. You know, my bullpen's really healthy today, so I'm excited. No rain. We don't want any rain.
No, we want the rain to stay away. It's drizzling a bit here, but fingers crossed it should clear up for first pitch. Coach Long, thanks for the time as always. We're glad to see you healthy again, back in the dugout for the Gulls, and we appreciate your time as always. We'll be back in a moment with more on the Gulls pregame show. Make sure you stick around.
I do. That's why I saw you stand there.
Welcome back into the Gulls pregame show. I'm Sam Reese here with you. That just about does it for our pregame show here on the Newport Gulls Broadcast Network. For the second and final time this regular season, it's the Gulls and the Nighthawks squaring off in a non-divisional battle. Newport took the matchup up at Upper Valley 8-4, looking for the season sweep on this Monday night here at Gardines Field. If you want to watch the action, you can do so over on ESPN Plus. That's where you'll find the game broadcast with first pitch scheduled for 6:35. That's it for the Newport Gulls pregame show. I'm Sam Reese. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone.
I won!
That's a good play!
Since 1974, the Rhode Island Lottery has paid over $57 billion in prizes and contributed over $8 billion to Rhode Island's general fund. Your Rhode Island Lottery, a good play for 50 years and counting.